Star Trek. A name that echoes through the vast halls of science fiction, resonating with fans of all ages and backgrounds. For over 5 decades, this iconic franchise has taken us on countless adventures across the cosmos, exploring the farthest reaches of space and the depths of human imagination. We've met strange new life forms, each more fascinating and diverse than the last. We've sought out new civilizations, learning from their cultures and histories. We've boldly gone where no one has gone before, pushing the boundaries of what we thought possible. And through it all, one thing has remained constant: the importance of canon, the sacred thread that weaves the entire Star Trek universe together. Star Trek's canon is the lifeblood of the franchise, a rich tapestry of stories that fans cherish deeply. This intricate tapestry of interconnected stories, characters, and events provides the foundation upon which all new stories are built, ensuring continuity and depth. It's a complex web of continuity that fans hold dear, a testament to the dedication and passion of the Star Trek community. Respecting canon is paramount for maintaining the integrity of the Star Trek universe, a responsibility that writers and creators take very seriously. However, maintaining that integrity can be tricky, especially with the vast amount of content produced over the years. With so many different series, films, and books, contradictions and inconsistencies are bound to arise, challenging even the most dedicated fans. Sometimes these discrepancies are minor, easily overlooked or explained away. Other times they shake the very foundations of what we thought we knew, prompting debates and discussions within the fan community. Enter Star Trek Discovery. This prequel series, set a decade before Captain Kirk's 5-year mission, promised to expand the Star Trek universe in bold new ways. And it certainly delivered on that promise, though not always to the delight of longtime fans. One of the most jarring changes introduced in Discovery was the radical redesign of the Klingons. Gone were the familiar bumpy foreheads, replaced with smooth, almost hairless craniums. These new Klingons were more primal, more savage. Their armor was bulkier, their ships more angular. The change was drastic. It left many fans wondering if these were truly the same warrior race they knew and loved. Now, this wasn't the first time Klingons had undergone a visual makeover. In the early days of the original series, budgetary constraints forced the Klingons to appear as little more than tanned humans with funky mustaches. Later, in Star Trek the Motion Picture and subsequent series, the Klingons acquired their iconic ridged foreheads. The franchise even provided an in-universe explanation for this change: a genetic virus spread through contact with augmented humans. However, Discovery's redesign couldn't be so easily explained away. The changes were too drastic, too different from what had come before. To understand how Discovery's Klingons fit into the larger Star Trek canon, we need to delve into the concept of the multiverse. The multiverse, a staple of science fiction, posits the existence of an infinite number of parallel universes. Each universe is slightly different, branching off from the others at various points in time. Star Trek has explored the multiverse on numerous occasions. The original series gave us the iconic Mirror episode, introducing the Terran Empire, a brutal reflection of the Federation. Later series like Deep Space Nine and Voyager further explored the possibilities of alternate realities. Which brings us to Star Trek Lower Decks. This irreverent animated series, while comedic in nature, isn't afraid to tackle weighty matters of canon. In the Season 4 finale, Lower Decks throws a curveball into the mix. During a multiversal anomaly, a Klingon ship and its crew are transformed. The result? They emerge looking remarkably like the classic Klingons of yore. Section 6: McMahon's Mystery Box, unpacking the showrunner's enigmatic comments. This event sent ripples through the Star Trek fandom. Had Lower Decks just decanonized Discovery's Klingon redesign, showrunner Mike McMahon, known for his deep love of Star Trek lore, remained characteristically coy on the subject. In interviews, he danced around the issue, offering playful hints but no definitive answers. McMahon's ambiguity fueled speculation. Did he intend for this to be a canonical change, bringing the Klingons back in line with their previous appearances? Or was it merely a fun throwaway gag for the die-hard fans? The answer, like so much in the multiverse, remains frustratingly elusive. Section 7: A House Divided. The impact of Discovery's Klingons on Star Trek fandom. The reaction to Discovery's Klingons, and Lower Deck's subsequent tinkering with their appearance, highlighted a growing divide within the Star Trek fandom. The redesign of the Klingons was a bold move that sparked intense discussions among fans, both online and offline. Some embraced the new design, seeing it as a bold reinvention of a classic race. They appreciated the fresh take and the creative risks the showrunners were willing to take. Others decried it as an unnecessary departure from established canon. For these fans, the changes felt like a betrayal of the rich history and lore that had been built over decades. This debate went beyond mere aesthetics. It wasn't just about how the Klingons looked, but what those changes represented for the future of the franchise. It touched upon deeper questions about the nature of Star Trek itself. Fans began to question the direction in which the series was heading and what it meant for the core values of Star Trek. What makes a Star Trek story real? Is it the adherence to established lore, or the willingness to explore new frontiers? Who gets to decide what is and isn't canon? Is it the creators, the fans, or a combination of both? And in a franchise with such a long and storied history, how much change is too much? These questions continue to fuel passionate debates within the Star Trek community, reflecting the deep love and investment fans have in this iconic series. Section 8. To canonize or not to canonize, the never-ending debate and its implications. The debate over Discovery's Klingons is a microcosm of a larger conversation happening within genre fandoms. As franchises expand and evolve, the question of canonicity becomes increasingly complex. What was once a relatively straightforward concept has become muddled in a sea of prequels, sequels, reboots, and alternate timelines. Some argue for a strict adherence to established canon, seeing any deviation as a betrayal of the source material. Others embrace a more fluid approach, viewing canon as a set of guidelines rather than unbreakable rules. The truth, as is often the case, likely lies somewhere in between. Section 9. The future of Star Trek, embracing the chaos and boldly going forward. So, did Lower Decks erase Discovery from Star Trek canon? This question has sparked numerous debates among fans and critics alike. The animated series, known for its humor and unique take on the Star Trek universe, has certainly made waves. But does it really negate the events of Discovery, or is it simply another layer in the rich tapestry of Star Trek storytelling? The answer, ultimately, is up to the individual viewer. Star Trek has always been a franchise that encourages personal interpretation and engagement. Each series, each episode offers something different, allowing fans to pick and choose what resonates most with them. This flexibility is part of what has kept Star Trek relevant and beloved for decades. The beauty of Star Trek, and indeed of all great science fiction, lies in its ability to spark our imaginations and challenge our perceptions. It's not just about the futuristic technology or the alien worlds, it's about the ideas and questions that these elements bring to the forefront. What does it mean to be human? How do we deal with the unknown? These are the questions that Star Trek has always explored. The multiverse, with its infinite possibilities, offers a framework for reconciling seemingly contradictory elements within a franchise's canon. It allows for different interpretations and versions of events to coexist, providing a richer and more complex narrative. This concept is not just a convenient plot device, it's a reflection of the diverse and multifaceted nature of reality itself. Perhaps the real takeaway from the Lower Decks episode isn't about definitively erasing or confirming any particular element of canon. Instead, it's a reminder of the playful and experimental spirit that has always been a part of Star Trek. The series has never been afraid to take risks, to try new things, and to push the boundaries of what is possible in storytelling. Maybe it's about reminding us that Star Trek, at its core, is about exploration, both of the galaxy and of ourselves. It's about the journey, the discoveries we make along the way, and the growth that comes from facing challenges and overcoming obstacles. This spirit of exploration is what has always set Star Trek apart from other science fiction franchises. It's about embracing the unknown, challenging our assumptions, and boldly going where no one has gone before. This ethos is not just a tagline, it's a philosophy that encourages us to look beyond our immediate surroundings and to imagine a better future. It's a call to action, urging us to be curious, to be brave, and to never stop seeking knowledge. Even if that means venturing into the uncharted territories of canon and continuity, The willingness to explore new ideas and to question established norms is what keeps Star Trek fresh and exciting. It's what allows the franchise to evolve and to remain relevant in a constantly changing world. The future of Star Trek, like the multiverse itself, is vast and full of possibilities. There are countless stories yet to be told, countless worlds yet to be explored. As long as there are fans who are passionate about the series, there will always be new adventures on the horizon. And as long as the franchise continues to tell compelling stories that honor the spirit of Gene Roddenberry's creation, the question of what is and isn't canon may ultimately be beside the point. What matters most is the impact that these stories have on us, the way they inspire us to think, to dream, and to strive for a better future. In the end, that's the true legacy of Star Trek.